Vatican City, recognized as the smallest sovereign state globally, raises the question of its existence. Nestled within the Italian landscape, this enclave spans 110 acres, equivalent to 0.44 square kilometers, and is home to fewer than 1,000 residents. Among these inhabitants, 110 are members of the Swiss Guards, who serve as the military force of the state, tasked with safeguarding the Pope, the central figure of the Vatican historically. Vatican Hill was an uninhabited and largely unappreciated territory during the Roman Empire, subject to frequent flooding from the Tiber River and threats from the neighboring Etruscans. The area, known as Vaticanus, now encompasses St. Peter's Square. Agrippina the Elder defied prevailing sentiments by choosing to develop the land, draining the troublesome waters and cultivating gardens. Her son later contributed to the site by constructing a circus, which was ultimately completed during Nero's reign and became known as the Circus of Nero. A remnant of this circus, the Vatican obelisk, was originally brought from Egypt by Caligula, although he initially placed it elsewhere. In the 16th century, Pope Sixtus V relocated the obelisk to Vatican Hill, where it is believed that Saint Peter, after whom Vatican City is named, was crucified in the Roman circus. Not Nero's dot. In addition to the obelisk, the Constantinian Basilica of St. Peter was erected in 326 AD over what is thought to be the actual tomb of St. Peter. Within a few decades, the previously desolate Vatican Hill transformed into a pivotal center of Christian faith and life. The population grew rapidly, prompting the construction of a nearby palace under Pope Symmachus in the early 6th century, further underscoring the increasing significance of Vaticanus to the Christian community. During this period, the papacy was simultaneously gaining prominence and authority, coinciding with the rise of various powers. Beginning in the mid-8th century, the establishment of the Papal States resulted in a series of territories extending across a significant section of the Italian peninsula, all under the exclusive jurisdiction of the Pope. At its zenith, these territories encompassed Bologna, Ferrara, Latium, Marche, Ravenna, and Umbria, indicating that the papacy controlled land beyond the Vatican itself. Consequently, the popes did not reside within the confines of what is now recognized as Vatican City until much later. However, as the prospect of complete Italian unification approached by the late 19th century, the question of what the Pope could legitimately claim as his own, whether the Vatican or other properties within the Papal States, became increasingly ambiguous. This uncertainty gave rise to the Roman question. Following a brief expulsion from the Papal States by a short-lived Roman Republic in 1849, Pope Pius IX managed to reclaim his territories with assistance from French allies. Yet, less than 20 years later, the nascent Kingdom of Italy seized these lands from the Church once again. On March 17, 1861, Victor Emmanuel II was proclaimed King of Italy, marking the beginning of a countdown to the Pope's diminished authority. The new Italian government convened in Turin. A proclamation was issued designating Rome as the capital of Italy, thereby signaling the replacement of papal authority with that of the king and his officials. However, this transition proved challenging at that time, as a French garrison remained in Rome to safeguard the papacy and the remnants of the Papal States. Consequently, the government of the new kingdom temporarily relocated to Florence while awaiting the withdrawal of Napoleon III's forces. The outbreak of the Franco-Prussian War ultimately compelled Napoleon to pull his troops from Rome, leaving King Victor poised to act following Napoleon's defeat at Sedan. the Italian monarch seized the opportunity to send a letter through Count Gustavo Ponce di San Martino, proposing that Pope Pius permit the kingdom's army to enter Rome peacefully. The Pope's response was reportedly quite heated. "What loyalty? You are all a collection of vipers, of whitewashed tombs, and lacking in faith," he exclaimed, casting the letter onto a nearby table. This exchange took place on September 10, 1870. The Italian army commenced its march toward Rome on September 11. By September 19th, Rome was under siege. The next day, the city capitulated, and the Kingdom of Italy took control of what had once belonged to the powerful papacy. This seizure sparked contentious debates, as the Pope and his foreign Catholic allies refused to accept a capital that shared its status with the seat of the papacy. Initially, King Victor Emmanuel aimed to honor the historical significance of the Quirinal Palace as a papal residence, but was resolute in keeping the seat of his kingdom there. Eventually, he sought the keys to the palace from the Pope himself. When this request was denied, he resorted to hiring a locksmith to gain access and facilitate his takeover. An agreement between the king and the Pope remained elusive, as the latter and his successor refused to acknowledge the monarchy's sovereignty over the papacy and the former papal states. Consequently, the popes became entrenched in the Vatican, earning the moniker prisoners of the Vatican. This situation persisted until the signing of the Lateran Treaty, which ultimately addressed the Roman question. The Lateran Pacts, including the Lateran Treaty of 1929, were long-awaited agreements reached between Pope Pius XI and the Holy See and King Victor Emmanuel. The current status of the nation is influenced significantly by the power and authority of the Catholic Church and its Bishop of Rome. Vatican City exists primarily due to its religious significance and the Catholic character of the neighboring countries. The Italian kingdom faced considerable pressure to reach a compromise following the annexation of the remaining papal states. With Catholic nations like France in close proximity, even if Italy itself had not embraced Catholicism or acknowledged the authority of the Holy See, geopolitical dynamics would likely have necessitated such recognition. Historically, the papacy wielded greater global influence than it does in contemporary times, and the control over the papal states exemplified this reality. Despite the reduction of these territories, the enduring power and influence of the Latin Church, which has become increasingly distinct from its Eastern counterparts, have sustained the Vatican as the central hub of this religious institution. Should the Catholic Church ever forfeit its position as a leading force in the global Christian community, the geopolitical landscape may soon be altered. However, for the time being, with the papacy maintaining its relevance and impact on individuals worldwide, Vatican City continues to serve as the residence of the Pope, representing a sovereign entity in its own right. Italian Prime Minister Benito Mussolini. The agreements were executed on February 11, 1929. At the Lateran Palace and were ratified a few months later, signifying the conclusive resolution of the Roman question. This accord officially recognized Vatican City as an independent state, solely under the sovereignty of the Pope and his Church. Additionally, the papacy received financial compensation for the Italian annexation of the Papal States, establishing that from that point onward, Vatican City was the only territory remaining under papal authority. How did such a diminutive sovereign state maintain its status throughout modern history? During World War II, Vatican City adopted a position of neutrality, a stance that was respected by both German and Allied forces during the occupation of Rome.
still
despite the
remains
latter's
an
proximity
independent
to the
sovereign
Vatican.
nation today.
Notably,
The
while
why
the British
is rather
considered
simple. It's
bombing
due to
targets
the
in
power
Rome,
and
the United
influence
States,
of the Catholic
upon
Church
entering the
and
conflict,
its bishop of
firmly
Rome.
opposed such
Vatican
actions
City
out of
exists
profound
because of its
respect for the
religious
Vatican's
importance
neutrality.
and the Catholic nature
In the
of
event
the
of any
surrounding
bombings
nations.
near the
The
Vatican's
pressure to
borders,
compromise
the
after
U.S.
conquering the
government
remainder
provided
of the
exemptions
Papal
for
States
Catholic
weighed
pilots
heavy
or
on the
aircrew
Italian
members
kingdom's shoulders.
who were uncomfortable with the
nearby
prospect
Catholic
of attacking
nations
Rome.
such as France,
Although
even
bombings
if
did occur,
Italy itself
Vatican
hadn't been in
City
favor
remained
of Catholicism,
neutral
nor
and largely
respected the
unscathed,
authority of the Holy
aside
See.
from a few British
Geopolitical
propaganda
pressure
pamphlets
likely
that
would have
inadvertently
enforced
landed
the
within
matter.
its territory.
Centuries ago,
Following the conclusion
papacy
of the
had
war,
more global
Pope Paul
authority
VI
than it does
assessed
today,
that the threat had
and the
diminished,
possession of the Papal
leading to the
States put that
disbandment
fact
of the Pontifical
on clear
Military
display.
Corps, leaving
Even
only
as
the
these
Swiss
holdings
Guard
dwindled,
and the Gendarmerie
the sheer power
Corps to
and
function
sway of
as
the Latin
civilian law
Church,
enforcement.
by now
The
far separated
post-war
from its
period
Eastern
also
counterparts,
saw minor
kept the
adjustments to
Vatican
the
itself,
agreement between the
root of it
Vatican
all,
and the Italian
alive.
state.
If
Yet the
Catholic
overall status
Church
quo
ever loses
remained
its
largely
place as a
intact,
global leader of
despite
the
its
Christian
small
faith,
size and
the maps
seemingly
may
illogical
soon change
geographic
in
position
accordance.
as an
But for
enclave.
now, with the
Within
papacy as
the
relevant
Italian
and
peninsula,
influential
Vatican
as it is
City
to people
continues
all
to
across the
exist
world,
as an independent
Vatican
sovereign
City
entity.
remains